On Friday the 13th of March, the Premier League was suspended due to the COVID-19 pandemic. It's been 3 long months now without football, but it's back. With Arsenal facing Man City away tonight, can Mikel Arteta get one over Pep? Hi and welcome to Stay Gooned. I hope you're all doing well and keeping safe. This is the Arse'N'All Premier League preview and it's time to preview the upcoming fixtures. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and a huge thanks to everyone that has done so already. The Premier League returns this evening with the opening 2 fixtures being the games in hand. Man City vs Arsenal is game number 2, kicking off at 8:15 PM at the Etihad, but there will be no fans of course. The game sees Mikel Arteta facing Pep Guardiola for the first time since he took charge at Arsenal. Needless to say, I'm really excited about this one and I'm sure you all are too, despite our recent poor form against them. We've been humbled by City on many occasions over the past few years. Hopefully Arteta has a real game plan to undo his former club. Our overall head-to-head against City in the Premier League is stacked massively in our favour. We've won 23 while City have won just 12 and there's been 10 draws. But in the recent meetings, that's where City have been dominant. They've won the last 5 Premier League games against us and 6 out of the last 8. Our last win came back in December 2015, a 2-1 win at home, and we also beat them at the Etihad earlier that year when Santi Cazorla ran the show. We're going to need another performance like that to have any chance tonight. In the reverse fixture this season, City beat us 3-0 and completely played us off the park with Kevin De Bruyne pulling the strings. However, City haven't been as strong this season compared to the last couple. They've actually lost 1 more game than us in the league and they don't have too much left to play for other than making sure they don't drop out of the Champions League places, and I can't see that happening. Arsenal have had probably their worst season in recent memory. We're on our 3rd manager of the season so far. We've drawn a staggering 13 games and been knocked out of the Europa League by Olympiacos. But there is reason for hope. Ever since Mikel Arteta took charge, we've seen huge improvement in our performances and our overall team spirit, and we're unbeaten in 2020 in the league. Add to that the fact that Mikel knows Pep's tactics and game plans. This game might not be as cut and dried as most people might think. We have a chance, and if we do beat them, it also gives Liverpool the opportunity to win the league in the Merseyside derby at the weekend. City have lost 2 out of their last 5 games, both of them by 2-0 against Spurs and in their last outing in the league before the suspension against their neighbours Man United. Arsenal are unbeaten in their last 9 Premier League outings, and in our last game we won 1-0 at home against West Ham with Lacazette coming off the bench to secure the points for us. The 2 warm-up games we've had has been a mixed bag. We thumped Charlton 6-0 and then we conspired to lose 3-2 against Brentford with some poor individual errors from the likes of David Luiz and Lacazette. If we commit these kinds of mistakes tomorrow, we will be slapped, no doubt. But Laka has looked sharp in front of goal, scoring in both games, so that's certainly a positive. I couldn't find any details about City's friendlies. It looks like they've kept that top secret. Maybe Pep is developing a new system to catch Mikel off his guard. Arsenal have a near full fit squad with the only 2 players that are definitely out being Lucas Torreira and Callum Chambers, although both players have returned to full training. Man City welcome back Leroy Sané and Laporte after a lengthy spell out. That injury has proved costly for them and they both may feature in tonight's game. Taking a look at what our possible starting 11 might be, I'm going to first predict the XI that I think Arteta will go with and then give my XI. I think the back 5 is pretty much nailed on with Leno in goal, Tierney at left back, Mustafi and Luiz as the centre backs and Bellerin at right back. It looks like Tierney will be our first choice left back for now. He's back fit again and he started both the friendly matches. Saka has done an outstanding job there, but he can now revert back to a more favoured position upfield. Luiz and Mustafi seem to be Arteta's favoured choices at centre back. Both players are prone to lapses in concentration, but they have both looked better under Mikel Arteta. And Bellerin is more than likely to be our starting right back. In midfield, I think he'll go with Xhaka and Ceballos. That's the pairing we had before the suspension and they were doing well, so I don't see him changing that. Mesut Ozil will probably start in front of them, although it's probably the biggest question mark in the team. He doesn't really perform in the big away games and I don't think we can carry anyone tomorrow. I think Aubameyang will be on the left with Laka up front and on the right side I think Reiss Nelson will be favoured over Pepe. Arteta seems to have a lot of faith in Reiss and he does give us more balance out there, especially with the system that Arteta deploys. The right back is more inverted, so he needs a right winger to keep the width. Pepe cuts in 9 times out of 10. My preferred XI, I'd keep the same back 5. I wouldn't risk Pablo Mari in this game. He struggled in our last outing. I'd keep Dani Ceballos in there, but I'd pair him up with Joe Willock. I think both players have ingredients that will be key tomorrow. We're not going to have much of the ball, and when we do get it, we need to be efficient with it. Dani Ceballos is a forward-thinking player, and his first thought is always to get us moving up the pitch. I think Xhaka slows it down too much, and with City's pressing game, he won't have the time on the ball that he needs. And I think we're going to need a ball carrier, and Willock fits the bill. He will relieve the pressure with his runs and link up the play with the forwards. I'd play Saka on the left. He's been on fire and he's not afraid to take on players and he can make things happen from out there. And on the right I'd go for Pepe. We do need someone with that air of unpredictability to keep City on their toes. I'd play Oba up top, right on the shoulder, and play Laka in a deeper role where he can help out the midfielders with his work rate. That's the team I'd pick. Let me know in the comments your preferred XI. On to my prediction for the game. My heart is saying a 1-1 draw, but my head is saying a City 3-1 win. That's the prediction I went for in my race for the top 4 video. I've been getting quite a bit of stick in the comments in that video for my prediction, mostly from Man United fans. We'll have to wait and see how that pans out. Go and give that a watch if you haven't done so already. I really hope I'm wrong about the City game. A good result for us will set us up nicely for the rest of the season. The opening game of the restart is Aston Villa versus Sheffield United at 6 PM. The curtain raiser. It's going to be really interesting. Villa sit second bottom at the moment and need to start getting results fast. While Sheffield United have been having an incredible season, they have the chance to go 5th and only 2 points behind Chelsea. Chris Wilder been doing an amazing job. I think this one will end in a 1-1 draw. That's about it, folks. Thanks to everyone for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit the thumbs up too. Wherever you are in the world, stay safe and stay gooned. Come on, Arsenal.